Guys, today we are back with another problem, and today's problem is wildcard pattern matching. Okay, so this is a hard problem. Okay, and you guys don't have to worry about this because it's a hard problem, because I'm going to explain you in the most easiest way possible, and it is going to clear your concepts of the string and everything else accordingly. Okay, so the first thing is, it is saying that given two strings, pattern and string, and you have to return a one if the wildcard pattern is a pattern, okay, which matches the string str, okay, and else return 0. All the characters of the string and the pattern always belong to the alphanumeric characters. Okay, it may contain alphanumeric values. Okay, the wildcard pattern can include the characters question mark and the character star. Okay, question mark matches any single character and star matches any sequence of the characters. It can match any sequence of the characters, including the empty spaces. The matching should cover the entire short str, not partial. Okay. So we have to return 1 if it is true, or if it is false, we are going to return a 0. Okay. So how we are going to solve this particular problem? Let us come and analyze. Okay. So the topic is, today's topic is a pattern matching. Okay. Pattern matching. So for solving this particular problem, let us analyze this and with the help of two strings. Okay. So let us take one string as S1. Okay. So we can take this string as question mark A and Y. Okay. Let us take another string S2. In this string, we can take it, say for example, Ray. Okay. So first, let me match it character by character. So if you can see carefully, Y is matching with Y, A is matching with A. And what is the rule for question mark? The rule for question mark is that question mark matches any single character. That means this R is a single character. That means question mark is matching with this character. So this particular use case will return me a true, which will return me a 1. Whenever it is a true, we will return a 1. Okay. Now let us take another example. So let us take this example S1 equals to example with a star value AB star, okay, CD, and let us take another string S2 equals to AB DEF, okay, and we can take CD. Now let us do pattern matching. What we can carefully see is, okay, so D is matching with D, C is matching with C, okay, and what else do we have? A is matching with A, and our B is also matching with B. Now we are left with a star. Now the star can match with this entire DEF, as the rule of star is it matches any sequence of characters, including empty spaces. So if there is any empty space, the star will match any sequence of characters. So this particular use case will also return me a true, which will means that I'm going to return a 1. Okay. Now let us take another example and check whether that example also matches or not. So let us take me another example. Say S1 equals to, I can take this example as star star A B C D. Okay. And I can take another example as A B. Okay. I can take another example as A B C D. Now let us try to understand. The first thing, say for example, I'll be over here, my pointer stands over here and here. So I'll go from this direction. So what I can see is D is matching with D, C is matching with C, B is matching with B, A is matching with A. Now I am left with stars. And assuming that I'll be having empty spaces, so that means this star is matching with empty spaces as well. Okay. So in this case also, it will return me a true. And I can say, whenever it returns me a true, I'm going to return a 1. Okay. Now let us take another example and try to analyze this. So whether it returns false or not. So say for example, I'll be taking S1 equals to AB question mark and D. I will take another value S2 equals to AB CC. Okay, AB CC. So first let me match. It is saying that, okay, I have an A. So A and A matches. I have a B. B and B matches. I have a question mark. So question mark will match with any single value. So it will match with C. Now what I'm left is D and C. D is not equals to C. That means it is a false value. So in this case, it will return a false and my answer will be 0. Okay. So I hope I could made you understand this particular problem statement. Now, obviously we are going to solve this particular problem statement, and what is the first thing that comes to our mind? So we will be solving this. So we will be having some rules. And we will be solving this with the help of recursion. We will be solving this with the help of recursion. So without any delay, I'm going to write the rules of the recursion. First is we have to find the all possible ways. Why I am telling all possible ways? That say for example, I will give you another example. I have a string s1 equals to a b star c d, okay, and I have a string s2 is equals to a b d e f c d. Now you will say enough. In this case, I can match C and D and D. I can match C and C, and A and B and B. Now I have star, but the star is saying that it can match with any given length of sequence of characters. So will the star contain DEC? Will the star contain DEF? Will the star contain AB or this much? So what you can see carefully, I have to check all possible things whenever I encounter a star. For a question mark, it is easy that it has to be a single character. But for the star, it has to be multiple characters, multiple types of traversing. That's the reason whenever this question comes into our mind, the rules will be, we will be using a standard recursive approach. Okay. Next is we have to express this in the form of INJ. Lastly, we have to explore all combinations. Okay, and finally what we will be doing is, out of all the combination, we have to find the correct value. Okay, so what recursion basically tells us that we will be having, say for example we will be having a string. Okay, so my string is a b c d and I have a star in between. So what I can write the positions as 0 1 2 3 and 4. So in the fourth position, okay, so A, B, C star C, D. So say for example, I'm taking this example. Wait. Say for example, I'll be taking this particular example, A, B, C star C, D, and I'll be having 5 values. Okay. So let me assume that my pointer is at, I pointer for S1 is at this particular position. So I need a pointer for this. Okay. And I have to move the pointer in this direction, right? And the length of my string of this is n. So there are n elements where n equals to 5. Okay. So similarly, I'll be having an S2. So I'll be having an S2. And S2, I can say example A, B, D, E, F, C, D. The pattern which I have to check whether it matches or not. So in the case of wildcard, I'll be having a J, and my J will also move in this direction. So I can say J also starts from m equals to 5, which is the length of this particular string. So initially, what I can make is, I can make a function, and the function will have n minus 1 and m minus 1 possibilities. Okay. So for this possibility, what will be my value? My f will be f of, what is my n? N is 5. So 5 minus 1. Okay. And over here is also, over here I have j is equals to 6. J is equals to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I will be having 7 minus 1. So this particular function is saying f of, what I'm finding is 4, 6. Okay. So what are the string matching techniques that I will be using? What are the string matching conditions I will be using? Carefully looking after the condition. Okay. So I will be use cases. I can say use cases. The following will be my use cases. The use cases, if the string s1 of the I, which denote the character, is equals to s2 of j, okay, or in this direction, or my s1 of I is equals to my question mark. So if I encounter a question mark or the character exactly matches, then what will I do? Then I have to just return I have to shrink the string, right? Then I will be just returning f of I minus 1 and j minus 1. So this is the basic test case which anybody can make. Okay. Now, if I have another test case, whether my star is nothing. So in this test case, what I will be doing is, so I can write like this. If first of all, I will be checking if my S1 of I matches with a star. That means whenever there is a star present, then what will I do? Then I have to return function of I minus 1 of j. Either this, or I will do a return function of I comma j minus 1. Okay. If this condition matches, fine, or else this will be satisfied over here. So I can return a false. So this is our true case. This is our true case. Okay, or else I'll be returning a false. So what are the possible base cases? So these are the main primary cases, but there will be also some base cases. So for the base cases, I'll be writing the base cases over here. The base cases which I'll be requiring is we have to initially return either true or return either false. Okay. So if comparisons have been done, so what I can say for true case, if the comparisons have been done. Okay. So let us take the other cases. So the other cases, if suppose while traversing our first one string gets exhausted, okay, exhausted, then what I will be doing is or my second string also gets exhausted, any one of the string getting exhausted, then what I'll be writing for the base case, I'll be writing I lesser than 0 and j lesser than 0, then I'll be returning a true. Okay, this is one of the base cases. So in this particular base case, what I can say, S1 has no string left, or my S2 has no string left. Okay, so I'm done with both of the base cases. Yes, S1 has no string left and S2 has no string left. Now let us come to another base case. If my S2 gets exhausted only, okay, then I can write it like this. If my I is lesser than 0 and my j is greater than equals to 0, then I can return a false. Okay. Now let us see whether there are any more base cases left or not. So what I can see is there can be another possibility. If my S2 or the second string gets exhausted and still it has something on S1. Okay, so what will be the if condition? Second string exhausted means j less than what, and first string has some conditions means I greater than equals to 0. Okay, lastly what I will be checking, if my S1 is left means something is left, it has to be all values of stars, means the string should be star 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 star, second string can be ABCD anyways. Okay, so in this case what will I have to do is I have to traverse through that particular string. So I can use a loop, say I equals to 0 to I, and I will check over here one by one. If S1 of I not equals to star, then I have to return false, or else I will be returning true. So what is the time complexity of recursion? So this is very important. The time complexity part is also very important. So I can write the time complexity will be exponential in nature. So I can write time complexity will be exponential, and my space complexity will be big O of n plus m. Okay, but what we can see in our given problem statement, there will be an error if we use this using recursion. So what we will be doing is we will be optimizing it. And we have to return it in n cross m. And how can we do it in n cross m? We will be using a dynamic programming approach. Okay, so dynamic programming, the time complexity will be big O of n cross m. So let us go back and understand whatever the code which we have written and how it is going to work. Okay, so let us come over here and first understand the recursive approach. So I'll be quickly come over here and I'll be writing recursion. So what we can see is we will be having a class solution, okay, and public int wildcard will be having a pattern and we'll be having a string. So what we are checking is we are having a n equals to pattern dot length and m equals to string dot length. We will be calling a function which we are developing over here. So as I said, if both the strings are fully matched, that is I is less than 0 and j is less than 0, will be returning true. If the pattern is exhausted but the string is not, means S1 is exhausted but S2 is not. These are my base cases, so I'll be returning false. Now, if j is less than 0, what I'll be checking is, that is my last test case, which I have explained you guys. That's my last test case. So if j is less than 0, that means the pattern can be only be all stars. So in this case, we'll be traversing from I is greater than equals to 0, and the pattern dot caret of I is equals to star. Okay. So I will be doing an I minus minus, and we'll be returning I less than 0 if it means that all remaining characters were star. Now let us come to the recursive cases or the main cases. Recursive cases is saying that the pattern of the character of I is present at this, then what we'll be doing is we are going to just do I minus 1, j minus 1. This is for the case of question mark and if each value matches. But what if it is a star? Then we will be doing both the values and we'll be checking an OR operation and we are going to return. So one is I minus 1 and j and other is I and j minus 1. So this is a pretty simple problem. This is termed as a hard problem if you guys know how to solve this. So let us try to analyze and check whether this solution matches. So this is the recursive approach. As you can see, I have showing you in the screen is the recursive approach. Now I'll be trying to submit this particular solution. Now let us see what is the problem. So as you can see, the recursive error passes all test cases, but I'm getting 181 test cases out of 183. That means there is some error, right? How we can fix this? We can fix this with the help of dynamic program. Okay. So what we'll be using is a dynamic programming approach. What we are seeing is we are having a wildcard function as same, just we will be having a boolean dp array which will be storing the length and m. Okay. We are checking empty pattern matches empty string. We are initializing the dp array with true values. So we can say the true like this. Our dp table is being made. Okay. Now first filling the column where the string is empty. So initially we are checking if the pattern at the previous length is dot star. So at the pattern at the I minus 1 value is a star. That means if it is a star, then we are going to recursively say that only star can be match an empty string. That's the condition we are putting. That's the condition we are putting over here. Okay, or else we are false. Lastly, what we are doing is just the recursive thing. And for the DP table, as you know, we need an n cross m table. So we are making a DP table over here. We are checking individually all the characters. First test case is same as the recursive. In this case, both I and j minus pointers have to be shifted. Whether if it is a star, then only single character or condition needs to be matched. Everything is same except we are putting the word DP and initializing a DP table. That's how DP is. DP is just used to optimize the recursive approach. So guys, don't get confused with the DP. It's just the same. You can see the codes are exactly same. We'll be using the DP over here just to make it more efficient. So thank you so much for watching this problem statement. I'm going to show you the submission of the DP approach. So this is the submission of the DP approach. So say for example, we come over here, we are resetting the code editor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the code, I'm going to submit. So we have successfully completed our problem statement and it has passed all the test cases. So make sure you guys like, share and subscribe to this channel, and we are looking forward to solve more problems. Thank you.